Good morning, everybody. It is day 13 of 84 of the supplement. It's Saturday of week 2, so it is low carb day. So today is no carbohydrates. That's what that means. Low carb day just means no carbohydrates. So I'm going to start off this morning by taking 50 grams of protein. And then I already have my coffee going. So I'm going to drink this. I already took my animal cuts. We'll wait for my coffee to cool down for about maybe 15 minutes. That way it lets my pills have time to get in me and wake me up. And then drink my coffee, which my coffee is decaf coffee. It's not actual caffeinated coffee. And then I'm gonna go do my cardio because, sorry, let me get this out the way. Because today is it's technically a non-training day, so it's no carbohydrates. It's basically my fat burning day. So today I'm going to do cardio this morning for an hour. I'm going to go walk for an hour. And then this evening, I'm going to take my animal cuts again, but I'm going to work my abs out. I'm going to do a full ab routine, and then I'm going to go walk again and do another hour of cardio. So today, the meal plan looks like 50 grams of whey protein, and then I'm going to do 8 ounces of chicken with vegetables, and then again 8 ounces of chicken with vegetables, and then I'll have another protein shake, and then I'll have another 8 ounces of vegetables, and that should put me at 250 grams of protein for the day, which is more than I normally get from direct protein. But because I'm not getting any indirect protein from carbohydrates and I'm not getting no carbohydrates, I bring my protein up today. So because normally what I do is I keep my protein at 200 on direct, and then indirect gets me to 250, but because that's carbohydrates. But I'm not doing carbohydrates, so I still want the 250. So I'm going to bring the 250 up by simply adding some extra scoops of protein today. What I used to do was I would make it the night before, let it sit in the fridge, so all the bubbles and chunks would be gone, and it would just be really smooth and thick, just like the ones you buy from the store. So like I said, I'd make it, leave it in the fridge. Next morning, really thick, really cold, really creamy and smooth, but I just got tired of honestly doing that, so I'm just like, let me just make it first thing in the morning. I'm gonna put this in the sink here, and I'm gonna grab my coffee. Oh, also, by the way, I completely forgot to say this, but I am down to 229.2. Last Saturday, I was 230 on the dot, so I'm down right at 3 pounds this week, which is absolutely insane for weight loss. That's 3 pounds I lost this week. That's way faster than what I'm wanting to lose. But to be honest, all my measurements are really great. I haven't lost any size on my arms. In fact, I've actually gained size on my arms. I haven't lost size on my legs. I've actually gained size on my legs. And my waistline is the only thing that seems to be affected by the massive weight drop. So I'm assuming the animal cuts, I'm just shredding water really fast. I don't think it has anything to do with my muscle mass. Now, muscles are 70% water. So, of course, if you lose water weight, you're going to be losing technically muscle mass because of, well, water is muscle, muscle is water, vice versa. I mean, muscle fiber itself, it's tissue, but what gives muscle its size is the water in the muscle from the carbohydrates. So those animal cuts, it's a diuretic. And I think the reason why the weight loss is so dramatic is because I'm not retaining water no more. Normally, Saturdays after leg nights, my weight would always be up, which I used to train my legs on Mondays. So normally Mondays, I would train my legs, and then come Tuesday, they would be, my body weight would be the same or up a pound or two. And then come Wednesday, it'd be back down to where it was. And then Thursday, that's whenever the weight would start dropping, like dramatically, which is crazy because now it's like I train my legs on Friday, and then Saturday my weight drops huge. And the only thing I could think of, it's the inflammation, because when I would train my legs, I'd get a lot of inflammation and swelling. Not like bad swelling. I'm not like walking around like I'm swollen, like I just got beat with a baseball bat, but like my legs would be puffy because like how hard I would train them. So I'd have inflammation, so my body would retain more water, and I'd have a little bit more fluid on me, and it'd take a day or two for my body to get rid of that fluid. But now, I guess since I'm taking the animal cuts, my body doesn't hold on to it. It just shreds it, which is insane. Like, it's not insane. I guess it does what it's supposed to do. I guess that's the thing. Like, it does legitimately what it's supposed to do. So, but I am going to drink my Busy Bee coffee. My wife got all these mugs, have different sayings and stuff like that. So some of them are pretty cute. Some of them are like, what? And the other ones are just like mugs, I guess. I think one actually says mug on it, or maybe coffee. But there's some that are pretty funny. But yeah, I'm gonna drink my coffee, and then I'm gonna see you guys on my walk. It is really foggy today. Super foggy, but it's okay. The temperature's not bad. It feels nice right now. It's really muggy, but it's not terrible. I have to say though, I do kind of enjoy it whenever it's foggy like this sometimes, because it just looks like an entirely different like area. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, I know it's the same place, but it has a different vibe to it. Like you're in a different world or a different planet, or like you're like just in a different area. I don't know, it's weird. It's hard to explain in my head what I'm trying to articulate in words, but it just has a different feel to it. It's almost like you're secluded or isolated, and you're in this little bitty bubble, and you can only see, 200 feet in front of you, and this is your bubble, and it's your space, and you're in it, and there's no one else that's really existing right now outside of your bubble. Like, you're just in a complete fog of like inclusion or whatever. I know it's kind of like, what are you talking about? But I don't know, I like the fog like this in the mornings, whenever I don't have to wake up and drive through it to get to work. And I can just wake up, take my pills, drink my coffee, get out here, go for a walk, and just really enjoy the morning. I have these dogs following me. They're not my dogs. Everybody thinks they are, and they yell at me. Put your dogs on a leash. I'm a dog. Trust me, it aggravates me too. I don't like it either. But can't really do nothing about it. We don't have animal control out here, so they don't come out here. Pound animal control, cops don't pick them up. So literally anybody's dog that gets out and runs amok, nothing you can do about it. Anyways, so 3 pounds this week, that's insane. Again, I just think it's water, because my muscle mass has not seemed to change any. In fact, my measurements are getting bigger, and the bigger they get, the better everything looks. And my waistline's just coming down more and more. I worked my legs out last night, did the posing video. If y'all didn't see it, you'll go back and look at it. It's the one right before this video. But unfortunately, I didn't take my shirt off. Normally when I do an arm workout, a leg workout, I don't take my shirt off to flex, to pose. I just pull my shorts up or my sleeves up, and I don't show my trunk. But when I got done working out and took my shirt off and I was done at the end of the night, man, my waistline looked small, like real small, like sucked in almost. Like, well, dang, maybe I should have took my shirt off and recorded it, because that's not so bad. That's not so bad. I gotta change arms. This little phone starts to get tiring after a while holding it up. There's those dogs just following me about. They have this device that goes on your chest and it holds a selfie stick, so the camera's just right here and you don't have to hold it and it's hands-free. And I was going to buy it, but it's like $300. I was just kind of, oh man, $300 for a vest with a plastic stick to hold your phone when you walk? That's crazy. So I might break down and end up buying it, especially if this becomes a regular thing for me. Especially when I live stream, it'd just be so much easier just to sit there and have it hold in front of me by a device instead of having to hold it out with my arm, you know. But yeah, I'm happy about the weight loss. This is coming up to the end of week 2, and this is technically week 14 because, like I said, I did a 12-week cut all the way up to this 12-week. I only went off the rails on the weekend for Saturday, Sunday, and I was right back to it on Monday, starting over another 12 weeks. And this week is actually Thanksgiving week too, and I'm doing really well, but I have a plan. I know what I'm going to do for Thanksgiving. I'm going to do as I always do, but instead of eating my rice for my pre-workout meal at 3 o'clock, I'm going to do turkey, and I'm going to do sides for my carbohydrates and protein for my pre-workout meal. Same amount of carbs, same amount of protein, just Thanksgiving food. And then I'm going to work out and do my cardio like normal. And after my cardio and everything else like that, instead of doing my oatmeal and my protein shake, I'm going to do ham, and I'm going to do more sides to get the carbohydrates that I'm supposed to get after my meal. I'm going to do my best to measure them out according to what the nutritional labels are to get as close as I can. The only thing that's going to be screwed is going to be the fat, because I don't get any fat with those meals at all. And now I'm going to be getting fat with them, because there's no way you're going to eat Thanksgiving food and not have a ton of fat in it. So that's the only thing, is the fat content will be off. But hopefully it doesn't affect me at all. And if it does, it's not going to be negative, because I mean, I lost 3 pounds this week. And if I lost 2 pounds last week and 3 pounds this week, that means next week I'll lose between 2 to 3 pounds again. So even if I have a little extra fat on Thanksgiving, it should not slow my weight loss down at all. And if it does, it'll be very minimal. And at worst case scenario, I lose half a pound, which is still a huge win, because that's what the original weight was, to the weight target to lose. So, but okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put this down because my arm's getting tired. And I'll see you guys probably at my next meal. So normally on Saturdays, I have a soccer game to coach, but soccer season's over. So now after I do cardio, we come to the grocery store to do all our grocery shopping. And it's Thanksgiving this week, so it's like having to remember everything I need for my diet, plus trying to remember everything we need for Thanksgiving. I have it all written down, but I'm trying to stay routine where it's like I'm getting everything for my diet. And then I got to get everything for my high carb day. And then it's like, okay, now I got to get everything for Thanksgiving. And now the dilemma is, am I going to have enough room in my fridge for all of this stuff? So it's like, maybe it's time for a second fridge, but it's only once or twice a year this happens, so it's not a big deal. We'll see how it goes. And also, it's funny looking at my basket, seeing a bunch of random stuff instead of just my diet stuff. And I tell you this much real quick on this, it's just a head of lettuce. So what I like doing now for my last meal of the day, instead of doing an actual salad, I'll just take this head of lettuce, I cut it in half, and I eat it like a burger. So it's like bite of chicken, bite of lettuce, bite of chicken, bite of lettuce. So instead of wrapping the lettuce up, or instead of doing like a salad, I just eat the head of lettuce like it's a burger with my chicken, taking alternating bites. And actually, believe it or not, it is pretty satisfying. It's almost like eating chips, but a burger that's a chicken salad. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but I actually really enjoy it. This time of year it can be challenging to stick to your diet just because of all the food and temptation that you have with the holidays and everybody coming over and eating and wanting to enjoy the day with the family. But it's like, just because it's a holidays doesn't mean you have to go off the rails and overeat everything. So I try to stick to what I'm supposed to do while still allowing myself to enjoy it. And I'm not going to do all weekend or all week, or like, oh, you know, I went ahead and had one meal, so let's go ahead and just do it for the rest of the week. There's no sense in that. So I just got to try to do my due diligence and enjoy it, weigh it, like I was talking about earlier, and make sure I'm not going too far off the rails. Now, here's the fun part. Tomorrow is Sunday, so it's my high carb day. It's also my cheat meal. So I am going to make me a milkshake. And I just got to figure out what. I've been doing mint chocolate, right? I've been doing mint chocolate milkshakes Sunday night for my cheat meal. But I think what I'm going to do today is I think I'm going to do vanilla and get some decaf instant coffee and make like a coffee milkshake, because I love coffee And when I was younger, Jack in the Box used to make a coffee milkshake, but they stopped making them. And then now that I think about it, I'm older, it's like, man, it's probably just instant coffee with vanilla. So now it's like, do I do vanilla bean or do I do regular vanilla? Like, which one is going to be more ideal? The vanilla bean is probably sweeter, but the vanilla is probably calmer. Hey, should I do vanilla bean or should I do vanilla with the instant? Vanilla? Okay, so I'm going to go with vanilla because that's what she said. And that is going to be, and also what I'm going to do for my cheat meal. So, I'm going to make a sourdough grilled cheese sandwich. I'm going to use Velveeta single strips because it's 40 calories for a piece of cheese from Velveeta. So 2 of those will be 80. And then, yeah, I get it. So 2 of those will be, 2 slices of that will be 80. The sourdough is 110 per slice of bread. So that's 220 plus 80. So that's I've done lost my train of thought. Hold on. 220 plus 80. So 300. And then I'll use that. I can't believe it's not butter spray. So there's like no calories in that. I think it's like 2.5 calories for every 5 spray. So we'll just say another 10, 15 calories because it says 0 calories per serving, but there is calories in it. It's just such a low amount per serving. It's not actually like a total, but I'll just say another 15 calories for that. So 320 calories for a grilled cheese sourdough plus my milkshake, whatever my milkshake comes out to be. And that is a sweet and salty treat for a cheat meal. I might do 2 grilled cheeses, to be honest. Probably do 2 grilled cheeses with the milkshake because I'm not really worried about the calories. I know I just pretty much named out the calories, but I'm not too concerned about the calories, the carbs, or the fat with my cheat meal. It's once a week, and plus I lost 2 pounds last week. I've lost 3 this week. So having 2 grilled cheese sandwiches with a milkshake, I don't think it's going to disrupt me in such a terrible way where it's like, oh no, I gained weight. It's just not going to happen. It's just not, because that's typically what I've been doing for my cheat meals on Sunday anyways, and I'm still rapidly dropping weight. So if anything, maybe I need to increase my cheat meals to 3 grilled cheese sandwiches and 2 milkshakes, and maybe that'll slow me down to 1.5 pounds a week instead of a wicked 3 pounds a week. The biggest one for the turkey. Those aren't gonna be big enough. I think they have them on the ends.
Yeah, well, did you want to do that?
Yes. If you want to try it.
Here, go back down the baking aisle then.
Okay. I think the turkey pans are all the way on the end of the aisles. I saw them last week when we were here. And I still need to get mayo for the turkey.
And I need to get the regular pans too.
Okay. So here's what our basket looks like. Not too shabby. Are you ready for the holidays? I know I am. I am, but I'm not, right? Because I'm doing so good on my diet. It's just like, yeah, I don't want to break my diet, but then I'm like, it's cool. It's once a year and everything else. And it's mixed emotions because I like some of my family and I don't like the other bit of my family.
Most of them?
Yeah, probably 90% irritate me. Freeloaders. I just think that's just how it normally is, though. Okay. I'm gonna finish grocery shopping and put this down now. I've got enough weird looks. A little bit more detail than last week's video. I'm gonna show you. Okay, so I got my chicken. I got my head of lettuce. Literally cut it in half. I already took a bite of it. And I'll take my lettuce and just like that. And for some reason, it gives me the sensation that I'm eating a burger with chicken. So instead of doing a lettuce wrap or instead of doing a salad, it's like eating a burger with chicken. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like if I could just somehow get a tomato and an onion in there with a little bit of mayo and mustard with the chicken, it's like a chicken burger. So I'll have to figure something out how to be able to make that happen. So it's like I'm eating a burger without eating a burger, if that makes any sense. But it definitely makes it mentally enjoyable. I don't know. It's so weird, but I'm going to go ahead and eat my meal and enjoy this head of lettuce burger. I got to go to the eye doctor, pick up my son's glasses, and then the toilet started leaking. The flapper is fine, but the toilet fill won't stop running, so now I have to go and buy a kit and replace all that stuff. So never ending, always something new to do on the weekends. But staying active is also an indirect way of avoiding being hungry. And then also on top of avoiding being hungry, it's another way to just burn additional calories, really. The fun never ends. And the toilet is fixed. It was just the float wasn't shutting off the water. So I went ahead and got a new one for $8. So I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate with a cup of decaf coffee because I think I'm addicted. What mug do I want to use? Oh, here we go. How about Mama Bear? Why not? Because my tumbler I use in the morning is a Mama Bear too. See, this is the tumbler that I use in the mornings on my way to work. And it's Mama Bear and it's pink. So why not use the Mama Bear at the house? Because this tumbler fits perfectly in my cup holder. Like I have other tumblers, but this one right here is the one that fits perfectly in my cup holder in my Jeep. And since we have a Mama Bear mug, we might as well keep it consistent. But I like the coffee because it helps control my appetite. It helps suppress everything. So when I actually start feeling a little hungry, like right now, I'm actually really hungry. It's going to help kind of offset those hunger pains because at 3 o'clock, I'm going to eat again. And then it's only 1 o'clock right now. So I have to eat in another 2 hours and I'm already hungry after only eating an hour ago. This will help keep the hunger at bay until 3 o'clock where I can actually take my animal cuts plus eat, and then I'm going to go train my abs, and then I'm going to go for another hour walk. Then after that, I'll take my protein shake, and then from there, I have one more chicken left. Chicken meal of the day. Man, do you guys like our decorations here? Like our little trees? We got a little forest over there. All right, and then our little... Oh, look, who's that guy? Who is that? Oh, man, guys, there's other videos on the channel, too. Y'all can watch those as well. Don't forget that. Okay, it's about that time where I am going to eat my 3 o'clock meal, which is chicken. I don't know what vegetable I'm going to do with it right now, but I know I'm going to do a chicken. My animal pills. So I fell asleep on the couch for about 20 minutes, so I'm a little groggy right now. I'm going to take my animal cuts, and then eat my chicken, and then I'm going to have some more decaf coffee just to kind of give myself some time to wake up, to go work out and do my cardio. So I'll see you guys in the gym here in just a few. And we're in the gym. I'm going to train my abs a little bit. I woke up a little bit. I'm not super crazy energetic today. I'm on 0 carbs, so my energy level is definitely affected from the carbohydrates not being consistent today. So doing legs last night and then eating and then doing cardio and then waking up the day doing cardio and then being active all day, my energy level is just... So even after taking a small nap, taking the animal cuts, I still have absolutely 0 energy. I mentioned it before, and a lot of people think that like, oh, I'm tired, so I need caffeine for energy. I need to wake up. But caffeine's not energy. Food is energy. And if you're not getting the proper nutrition, you're not going to have energy. And you're not going to have energy for your workouts, for your cardio, for your day-to-day function. You're just not going to have it. Eating enough carbohydrates to have energy doesn't mean you're going to get fat. There's a balance, and you got to figure out the amount that you need to be able to make sure that you have energy for everything you need to do. But because today is a very mild day for me, 2 cardio sessions and some abs, I don't need a lot of energy. I can muscle my way through it. So I'm going to do some rope crunches, but I don't get on my knees for them. When I power lifted, I would do standing rope crunches. So that way it keeps my stomach rigid. I'm not trying to collapse, right? I don't know, it just feels different. So I'm going to start with 50 and see how this goes. I'm gonna add weight to it as I go. This is the first time I have trained abs directly for a purpose other than powerlifting. When I would power lift, I would train my abs to be rigid. Planks, standing, decline, everything I did was to keep the torso up and rigid. There was no collapsing, everything was rigid. And I haven't trained anything for my abs since powerlifting. I mean, I've done sit-ups and crunches here and there, but nothing programmed. And I would program abs into my routine. Whenever I stopped powerlifting, my abs would get worked when they got worked, when I worked them, right? There was no like, because bodybuilders are like, you don't have to train your abs. You don't need to train your abs. There's no reason to train your abs. Like, once you get your body fat down, your abs will be there no matter what, regardless of what you do. But Ronnie Coleman, Jay Cutler, a lot of those guys would train their abs. So it's like, okay, well, let me put a little bit more effort into my stomach and see what I can do. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to do tonight, but I'm going to try to see not where my limit is, but where like my starting point is of where a good place to be. I don't know how crazy I'm gonna get. Also earlier, I did a lot of tissue work on my hip area. I worked on all this. So it's still, like, it's feeling tender now just because of the work that I put into it. So hopefully it starts to break up and get a little bit looser. So I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do for him. I'm gonna try to maybe just start with upper lower today. And the next week, I might do 2 uppers, 1 lower. And the next time I might do 2 uppers, 2 lowers. I gotta see how I feel because I don't want to do too much today and hurt real bad for the next couple weeks to come, or not weeks, but a couple days, because it's Saturday. So if I train too aggressively and by Wednesday I'm still hurting real bad, I don't want to push that aggressive in the beginning. I want to get adapted to it. I want to let my stomach kind of get ready for the abuse to come. And starting next week, I'm going to start miking up again because I know the audio in here is super echoey and I sound super far away. And then some clips I'm like up on the camera, other clips there's like background noise. So I'm gonna start miking up to be more consistent with the audio. But another thing is, I might start doing that tomorrow on Sunday. But the thing is, the reason why I don't do that right now is because while I'm at work, it's a lot easier just to pull my phone out and do a quick video versus having to plug a mic in, turn it on, put it on, or clip it on me and then walk around. Now I have this mic on me. And if anyone walks up, it's like, what are you doing? And it's not that I'm embarrassed or I get in trouble. It's just the fact that like I hate having to explain what I'm doing. If I'm walking around with my camera, it's a lot easier to be like, I'm FaceTiming my wife, right? So it's a lot easier to get away with that than it is to try to explain why you have a mic on. It's just odd behavior for the type of work that I do for a living. It's just really peculiar behavior. So if anything, I might stop recording at work and I might actually just do it in the mornings and then maybe on my walk. And then from there, the rest of the evening And that way I don't have to worry about that. I'll see how I feel. I'll fill it out and see how I feel. At one point, if you guys watch the channel, you'll know I was mic'd up. I'm trying to talk slower so the echo dies down. But I used to always be mic'd up, and then I stopped talking during my workouts to the camera and just recorded. So it was just easier to put like music over the video. So I got a subscription to a music platform that you can use their music and not get copyright claims. And I did that for a while, but it didn't really seem to affect positively or negatively one way or the other. But I think it's just more entertaining. Like if you're gonna talk during your workout, it's great to have a cameraman to be able to move around, pan and get different angles while you're talking. It makes more of a captivating video. Let me rephrase that. If you're not going to be talking, it's better to have like a cameraman moving around you, getting different angles, different clips, up high, down low. It makes it more cinematically appealing with music overlays and cut scenes and stuff like that. I think the cut scenes and the move around and the camera angles moving in and out, I think that looks great. But if you're going to be camera stand recording, I think the mic is better because then it's like I can talk and I can communicate and I can kind of like, I guess, just voice my opinion or what's on my mind or what I'm thinking of. So standing still, camera stand style, I think the mic is better. Camera movement, I think it works with music with the overlay because of the angles. And then you can blend both of them together. I've done both. I mean, I like doing both styles, but I don't know what people prefer. But honestly, for me, it's a mood thing. If I feel like talking or not talking, it's like, all right, camera stand and a mic, don't feel like talking, cameraman, here's the camera, move around me. Let's get some movement on the camera while I'm lifting. I know it's like, oh, you shouldn't be talking about this to the camera, to YouTube, because that ruins the illusion of the audience watching. It's like, what? Like, dude, it's a YouTube channel. It's YouTube. It's about you. So I'm just expressing my personal thoughts about where my mind's going for the content that I want to create, how I want to go about it in the mindset. Like, it just, whatever's on my mind. Oh, that's significantly heavier. All right, I'm gonna do one more of those for that weight. That was tough. 80 pounds. 80 pounds for rope crunches. And that felt really tough. So I'm gonna do that for one more. I don't stop when it gets hard, you guys know that. I like to find a weight that's hard and then see how many sets I can push. But there's two different ways to go about it. It's either you find a weight that is hard and you can push as many sets as you can get the same amount of reps with the same amount of rest periods. I'm not timing my sets, so it's kind of hard to be consistent right now. And you do that till you can't get the same amount of reps with the same rest period. And then it's time to either drop the weight or move on. Or you just do high volume and then you do progressive overload. So it's like, okay, last week I did 80 pounds for 15. This week I'm gonna try to do 80 pounds for 17 or 18, 2-3 reps more. And then next week I'm gonna try to get 20. And then next week I'm gonna go up by 5 pounds. And then I'm gonna try to build my reps up. Now my reps went down to like 12. Now every week I'm gonna try to build at least one more rep for this last set. And then once I hit 20, I'm gonna go up in weight. That's progressive overload. You can either do progressive overload, which is a really amazing way to train. It shows constant progression, but now you're fighting a logbook, right? So every week it's like, I have to beat my reps or I have to beat my weight. And if I don't, I'm a failure. And then I'm not progressing, I've gotten worse, you suck. Or you just change the exercise out to something else because sometimes you're just tired and you need to do something different. Your body's gone as far as it can go with that lift. You're not going to get any better. You've got as far as you can get. So now it's time to change the movement or take some time to reduce the weight for a week or two, get a break, start over your percentages, go down 50%. So if you started at 100 pounds and you worked up to 200 pounds and you've plateaued, go down by 50 pounds, which would be 50% of what you gained, and then build from your 50% back up to where you stopped, which was your 100%, and then see how far past you go that. Then take that percentage as 100 and then reduce it by 50% when you stall, and then continue on and on and on. That's how you can continue to progress with the same lift with never changing it. If you don't want to do that, let's take bench press. Then you take bench press when you're progressive overload until you can't get any more reps or any more weight. And then go to incline bench. And then do incline bench until you can't do that no more, then go back to bench press. And then go back to incline bench. And then go back, and that's how you could switch between two movements. There's a bunch of different ways to go about it. Progressive overload can be done so many ways. I do progressive overload. I also do high intensity. I do high volume. I do a bunch of things to make the sets harder. Like I said earlier, trying to stick with the same weight for the same reps and the same rest period, doing mini sets, drop sets, supersets, rest calls. Just make it hard. This is the main thing, just make it hard. One less than last time. Whew, that was tough. Pretty sure I'm going to be tore up just from that because I haven't done anything, like I said, in a long time for my abs. I'm going to move to reverse crunches, lying reverse crunches for my lower. And if you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate you being here and not getting irritated with the audio. I'm going to fix that tomorrow. I'm gonna start wearing my mic again. I wasn't sure how far I was gonna take these full day videos, but because I'm changing so many environments throughout the day and scenes, the audio environment changes the sound of the audio quality. And I don't want the disruptive, like loud, quiet, loud, medium, loud, quiet, like audio for you guys. I know how disruptive that is when you're watching a video. Okay, I'm gonna cut the camera to do my other movement, but I'll tune it back on for my last set. This is gonna be my fourth set. I did 15, 15, 12. So I don't know what I'm gonna get on this one, but it is fading fast on the reps because I just don't have the endurance in my abs. But honestly, probably the strength. Like, it's funny too, because people talk about like speed. Like, if you see somebody benching 230, 225 really fast, you're like, oh man, he's so fast. It's like, no, he's strong. Because like, you can't bench 225 fast unless it's light. For instance, take somebody who can bench 135 and put him just under a barbell. He can move that barbell wicked fast compared to that 135. But take somebody who could barely bench 80 pounds and put them under the barbell. It's not gonna move as fast as a guy that could bench 135. So moving weight really fast doesn't mean that like someone is explosive and fast. It just means that they're strong for that weight. Like, you could pick up 10-pound dumbbells and curl those like madman, like wicked fast, but grab the 50s and do it. So like, it's a matter of strength. So when you can do and reps too, right? So it's like, oh man, he just did 225 pounds for 30 reps or 50 reps. Well, that's because his muscles are so strong that 225 is not taxing on his muscles. So he could do a lot more with a lighter weight. For instance, if you bench 225, how many times can you bench an empty barbell? A ton of times, a whole lot. But if you only bench 75, 85 pounds, how many times can you bench an empty bar? Not that many. But if you can bench 450, how many times can you bench 225? So it's related to strength, how many times you can move a light weight. So it's not like, oh, he's doing a high volume, and no, it's if he's doing 20, 30 reps with a certain weight, I guarantee you it's because of he can move massive amounts of weight over that load. And 20 reps isn't a heavy load for someone. 20 reps is very high volume. So your takeaway would be, if he's moving the 100-pound dumbbells for sets of 20, how much can he move for a set of 5? The 150s, the 175s? You know, it takes into consideration. So like, if you see somebody that's struggling to get 8 reps with a lighter weight, well, it could be endurance or conditioning, but more than likely it's a strength issue. Just like with this right here. I can sit there and say, oh, I'm not conditioned. No, I'm just weak. My abs are really, really weak because I haven't trained them in such a long time. They can't handle the load. So let me get this last set in real quick. And I think I took a little bit longer on this rest talking to you guys, so I might go to get the full 15. We'll see what happens. Yep, I got it. Because today is a low carb day, I look flat and deflated. The only good thing about the day is my stomach looks smaller. No definition in my stomach, no definition in my arms. Everything is flat and deflated, so everything shrunk. And so it's like, you figured on low carb day, like, it would be more defined. Of course, that's when the kick on. You figured it'd be more defined, I have more definition, and it'd be more pronounced in my midsection, but I feel like it actually looks worse. I mean, it might be in my head, but to me, I always feel like my stomach looks worse on my low carb day. It's just, everything is a lot smaller. Still got all this ugly I gotta get rid of. It's definitely a lot smaller than it was a couple weeks ago. But I got all this unwanted, and then you can see in the back here, look at that. That's a whole lot right there that needs to go. I mean, my God, look at all that. You can see all the jiggle. So all of this. So being 229.2 pounds today, it's not like, oh yeah, man, I'm so much closer to my goal. Like, yeah, I am closer to my goal, but I still have a long way to go. At being 230, I probably have about another 15, 20 pounds of fat to drop just to be able to look like fit. I mean, I don't know, I guess not fit, but like, I guess to look like a bodybuilder, right? About another 15, 20 pounds, and then I'll be lean enough to have that pretty muscle look. Right now I'm soft. And then even from there, you're still talking, you're probably a good 20 to 30 pounds from being ready for a competition to even compete in bodybuilding. So talking about just getting abs, yeah, I'm probably still got another 15, 20 pounds to go. Easy 20 pounds, probably easy 20, if not more, just to get my abs out. Let alone being ready for a bodybuilding competition. Again, I don't know why I don't pull my legs out to begin with. It just doesn't look right without the legs in the frame. And this is after 2 cardio sessions, after no carbs. I have one more cardio session to go today, but I mean, my legs are looking, I don't know if the camera's picking any of that up, but lighting makes a difference too. Can't really see with that side lighting, like the hamstring and everything in here just washes out. Oh, terrible. Oh, terrible. Get a quick back shot. Alright, I'm going to go do my cardio now, my second cardio for the day. Again, like I say all the time, that's enough looking at myself, but I am filling out for being on a low carb day, being 229.2 pounds this morning. I don't feel like I look super terrible. My chest still looks like I have a chest. My shoulders still look like I have shoulders. My arms still look like I have arms. That's just shrunken down to scale. But still, even being shrunken down from my low carb day, I do not feel like I look like stringy, thin, anorexic. Because before, I wouldn't even look like I have a chest on a low carb day. My shoulders would be flat, like straight down with no caps on them, but now they're still rounding out. It's just making huge progress these last couple of weeks. So just gotta keep on keeping on. It's hard to self-evaluate your own image, especially whenever you have an idea in your head of how you look. Being down 9-10 pounds from the beginning of the week to the end of the week you can definitely see the size difference, but because that size is gone, it's like, do I look more defined or do I look flat and deflated? I guess it's a mindset. I don't really know how to judge it, because it's like I said, it's really hard to self-evaluate. Either way it goes, coming to the end of the day, I got out here early because I am home from work today. So I was able to get in the gym a little bit earlier, and I was able to work out faster because it was just abs tonight, nothing crazy. So I get to actually walk today while the sun's still actually up for the whole walk. Forgot what I was going with that. After this walk, I gotta take one more protein shake, and then I have one more meal after that of chicken to do, and then I'm done eating for the day. 250 grams of protein, 0 carbohydrates, and minimal fats. My fats today will end up being around 20, 25, and then tomorrow I get to high carb. I won't have any direct protein or fat tomorrow, just straight carbohydrates until I get to my cheat meal at the end of the week. Looking forward to it. I'm not like obsessed over it or like dwelling on it. That's the thing too, I guess I could talk about for a second. I don't obsess over my cheat meals, and I don't dwell on the food I don't get to eat. I don't even think about it honestly until my low carb day. Once the day hits, then it's a little bit different. Then I'm kind of like starting to like get excited for Sunday, and it's not even really the cheat meal, it's just the carbohydrates. Tomorrow I'm just going to eat a bunch of rice. Like, that's pretty much all I'm going to have, is maybe some rice, some grits, and some pretzels, and that's it. And I'm actually excited about that. I'm looking forward to my cheat meal. I already told you what I'm doing for that, but it doesn't really like enter my mind until like late today in the afternoon, or whenever we're at the grocery store, that I really start thinking about it. And that's the beautiful thing of carb cycling. When I'm getting carbs during the week to keep my workouts fueled, I'm also keeping my glucose full, so I don't get those wicked cravings that I normally get when I'm doing these super hard restricted diets. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish my walk, because after I get done walking and taking my protein shake, I'm actually gonna take my wife to the mall, because she has lost a lot of weight too, and a tremendous amount of weight, and none of her jeans fit no more, and she really wants a pair of jeans for the holidays. So we're gonna go see if we can find her a nice pair of jeans for the holidays, because all she wears is leggings right now, because that's the only thing that fit her, because they shrunk with her. But all her jeans, just, it's time to downsize, which is a great thing for her. I'm super proud and happy of her, and I love that for her, because I know how good that feels, getting to see progress and feeling healthy and feeling better about the way you look. Okay, I'm gonna finish my walk. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.